their self-proclaimed 1031 expert, Jeff Tarr, doesn't even know what the hell a leasehold improvement exchange is. If he's a friggin' expert, he ought to have an opinion on whether they work or not, but not be asking Susan to send him pages out of a treatise on 1031s that show him the private letter rulings. So I think we've got some people over there that have some book knowledge, a little bit, enough to be dangerous on 1031s, but they don't know shit from Shinola on how to get any of this done. This idea of a trust and whatnot, hell, we were talking about that 3 months ago. I mean, we talked about that with Susan when we met with her. We said, we can put all these things in an LLC or a trust. Let's get them in there. Let's put the trust, make our own little mini resolution trust corps. I mean, the ideas that you're working on and the plan, they don't come as a surprise because we've been thinking about it. But I keep hearing that work keeps getting stopped, and I keep seeing things that Sussman are doing. And to me, the people that should be driving this are these two organizations. He's on the ground here. I don't run this place. Mark, you don't run it. Tim, you don't have any say in it. I've tried to make that as clear as possible, my attorney as well. I don't want to be perceived by the creditors community as controlling anything. If a Terry needs help on something, I want to help to move it forward. Other than that, every time I offer anything, say anything about anything, I get Susan Ford crawling up my ass with a microscope and threatening to sue me for being in control. She's done that twice. And I don't know what the hell I did to deserve that. My attorney doesn't know what the hell I did to deserve that. Anytime we advocate to get the reverses done. So my frustration isn't nearly as much with you, though you're here, so I'm venting. It's with Sussman. This shit isn't going to get done, period, with them at the helm. I may be completely off base on my interpretation of their competence and how they've handled this, but as far as I'm concerned, it's been a 3-star mess.
Okay, I don't.
You may not share that sentiment.
No, I'm just saying,
You want to move forward.
I'm just saying, I don't actually know, how every decision gets made. We know what the result of the decisions are, which is, for example, go deliver all the exchange files over. Stop doing this stuff. We know that, okay? And we see in emails, Susan, one of the things that the creditors did react to, that you remind me of in Susan's emails, that says, and Obsidian's not doing this, I can't remember how it was, but we're not doing something. We're not doing exchanges. We're not doing something.
That's right.
It's something, anyway. It was in there, and of course the creditors are thinking, no, we want this stuff to be done. I mean, nobody's doing this stuff. Somebody's got to be doing it. So that's their perception. So their perception and your perception are very close. Now, you're an attorney, okay? And you also know that attorneys, that clients, and remember I'm on both sides because I'm an attorney, but I'm also, I don't practice, I do business stuff. I've been doing that for 15, 16 years. And as a client, you want things to move, and sometimes they can't move as fast as you think. It just seems like there's a practical solution. That's where you were a second ago. There's a practical solution. Damn it, why can't we have the practical solution tomorrow? I'm usually with you. I'm on that side usually. I'm going, get this done. I mean, that's literally, I spent Friday night after that first meeting coming up with outlining complete strategy. You went on the phone Friday night at 8 or 9 o'clock at night, and I said, Ewan, we got to look at this, and I want the bond looked at, and I want this, and we've got to have this mitigation strategy, and we got to do this, and here's what we got to do. And I said, and we got to get these assets transferred, and we got to go on all this stuff because damages are going to build up, and we got to get control of the ad because otherwise there's no cash coming in. I said, so we got to do it. Have a call on Sunday. Stand down.
That call should have come from you.
He was on the call.
So, is there a way that we could, I don't know, somehow figure out a way to work together to move this forward quickly rather than having all of the professionals get in the way? Is there a way that you can consult with Terry or consult with us?
Well, there's going to be a Chapter 11 trustee appointment.
Mm-hmm.
So that's gonna happen.
Is that, and you guys know more about this process than I do, you certainly. That was kind of a motion out of the blue that I don't think anybody saw coming. Might the judge change his mind on that, or is that once that
No,
goes, I mean?
He's entered the order,
Okay.
and.
So
and
what does that mean?
What's that
What
mean
role
now?
did you guys have in that situation? I don't understand if a trustee is appointed, what would be, is the city, is there still a role for Obsidian in that?
Well, they're saying.
Proposed, we're
You would
proposed
be
as
the
being,
trustee. You'd be the trustee.
whether it's Obsidian or whether it's me individually, or whether it's me individually through an entity, that's what they're proposing.
That you be the trustee?
We be the trustee,
Okay.
okay? And when I talked to Sussman yesterday, I said, if we get appointed trustee, we don't know whether we will or not, it's not our decision. We have to move forward on this stuff. And I had Martin, and I said, Martin, we have to have a blanket on this. We just have to have a blanket. And I intend to have Patty Whittington now re-engage with Martin if we get appointed and get a blanket order.
Who's Patty Whittington?
She's our tax person.
And why wouldn't Terry enter into the picture, because he's been here as long as he has, and since you guys haven't been communicating with people, or haven't for whatever reason.
He'd still be the CRO, isn't that?
No,
Because he no longer has a trustee
The
replacement.
trustee replaces the
Replaces-
current manager.
If, for example, Michael Batley got appointed, I mean, he's the one that serves this area too, and I like, pretty well other guy, I'm always husband's business management. If a chapter 11 trustee other than Obsidian or say Terry, if you guys were in it, would the trustee potentially turn to an organization like yours to assist in, I mean, because the trustee is limited by the statute, what they can earn, blah, 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 statutorily. But do they have the ability to retain outside advisors if they think that they can generate more fees, more assets for the estate by using an outside party? Is
Yeah.
that how it plays out?
Yes, I mean, you asked me, can they do it or do they do it?
Well, okay, can they? Yes. Do
Can they? And
they?
it depends. It's in the discretion of the trustee.
Yeah. Do they? Probably not very often.
No, it just depends. I mean, Oregon hasn't had a lot of major cases until just really recently.
Mhm.
And so, if you go back and look, I mean, you can't really use the last 6 years. The last 6 years are just not, they're aberrational in terms of, kind of the economic situation.
Mhm.
So what are your feelings about being the trustee?
What are our feelings? I mean, we told the U.S. trustee that we're willing to serve as trustee, and the creditors want us to serve as trustee.
So, is there any, what's the compensation arrangement with someone that's appointed a trustee?
Statutory, limited, what, it's like 1% or something. I don't know.
Well, it's a scale that starts and goes down.
Well, and I guess the question that I'd have is, given what your proposal was before this trustee thing came up, why would you want to go from making 15% to 1? Why is the case still interesting to you, I guess?
Because it's exactly what you said. There's no, the limitation, what doesn't apply to the other services you provide. You can provide services on an hourly basis, you can provide them on a percentage basis, you can provide them however it's approved by the court. But as trustee, your trustee role, it has the scale.
Oh, so if Kevin Padrick, an individual, gets appointed, can Kevin Padrick retain Obsidian?
Yes.
Really?
In fact, it's the most commonly done.
Oh.
If you're an accountant, you contain your accounting firm, if you're a lawyer, you contain your law firm. It's very, the most common thing. Especially in the East Coast, not as common on the West Coast, but really common on the East Coast.
Really? That's weird, but, and again, that's just my ignorance of the bankruptcy process. I thought that the interest in the company that you're referring to would have some issues with the trustee role, but,
No, and actually the code specifically said, it's in the code.
oh, okay.
Kevin, what I